بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ثم خيار البكر يبطل بالسكوت ولا يبطل خيار الغلام ما لم يكن رضيت أو يجيء منه ما يعلم أنه رضا. Then the choice of the bakira, the right places. Eh? Then the choice of the bakira becomes batil with keeping quiet. All right. In other words, when she came to know of the nikah, then she kept quiet. Then her choice goes, right? And then the choice of the boy doesn't become batil as long as he doesn't say, I am happy, or it comes from him that which informs that he's happy. In other words, he goes and he does some actions with his wife that shows that he's happy to be in this marriage. وَكَذَلِكَ الْجَارِيَةُ السَّيِّبُ. Likewise, the non-virgin girl, right? إِذَا دَخَلَ بِهَا الزَّوْجُ, when the husband made dukhul with her, qabla al-bulugh, before bulugh. So here also she need to say that I am happy. You understand? Uh, she need to say verbally that I am happy. Otherwise, it won't be happiness. اعتبارا لهذه الحالة بحال ابتداء النكاح. Making qiyas with this situation, with the situation of the beginning of nikah. They just at the beginning of nikah, when they asked the permission, then the bakira's quietness, the bakira's keeping quiet is happiness, but the boy is keeping quiet, or the saiba's keeping quiet, is not happiness. They have to verbally say that they're happy. وخيار البلوغ في حق البكر لا يمتد إلى آخر المجلس. And the choice of bulugh in the right of the bakira doesn't stretch until the end of the majlis. Right? Doesn't stretch until the end of the majlis. In other words, the bakira now, when she becomes a baligh, when she becomes baligha, right? Then she needs to say immediately that I want out. She can't say, okay, I want time to think till the end of the majlis. You understand it? Right. وَلَا يَبْتُلُ بِالْقِيَامِ فِي حَقِّ السَّيِّبِ وَالْغُلَامِ. And the choice will not become batil with the standing up in the right of the sayyiba and the boy. Right? So there's a difference there. So the bakira has to use up her choice immediately. Right? And she can't have time to think till the end of the majlis. Whereas when it comes to the boy and the sayyiba, and when they heard of it and they stood up. Now that standing up means normally that you are not interested, but this will not indicate that they are not interested. Rather, their choice will still remain. لأنه ما ثبت بإثبات الزوج بل لتوهم الخلل. Right. Because this was not established with the establishment of the husband. In other words, it wasn't like in the situation where the husband gives you the choice to divorce yourself. Then you've got that choice until the end of the majlis. You understand? Where the husband tells you that you've got the choice. Khiyarut talaq. I give you khiyarut talaq. Then you've got the choice till the end of the majlis. But this khiyarul bulugh was not established with the establishment of the husband. بل لتوهم الخلل. Rather, it is there because of the possibility of a deficiency in compassion. The deficiency because of the lack of compassion. فَإِنَّمَا يَبْتُلُ بِالرَّضَاءِ. Right. And indeed, it will become a batil now with happiness. So how will your choice actually become batil? When you are happy to stay in the nikah, right? غَيْرَ أَنَّ سُكُوتَ الْبِكْرِ رِضًا. Except that the keeping quiet of the bakira, that's an indication of happiness, right? بِخِلَافِ خِيَارِ الْعِتْكِ. Now they say, contrary to the choice of freedom, لِأَنَّهُ ثَبَتَ بِإِثْبَاتِ الْمَوْلَى. Because it became established with the establishment of the master. وهو الإعتاق, and that is the freeing. فيعتبر فيه المجلس, so the majlis will be considered in it. So unlike the khiyarul it, right? When the master freed his female slave, then she's got the right to opt out of the nikah that to whomsoever she's married to, whether she's married to another slave boy, whether she's married to another free man. You understand it? She's got the right of khiyarul it. So there, she's got the right to think until the end of the majlis. But in this particular khiyarul buluk, there is no right of thinking till the end of the majlis, right? So فيعتبر فيه المجلس, so the majlis will be considered in the khiyarul it. كما في خيار المخيرة, just as in the choice of the one who's been given a choice. The woman who's been given a choice to, husband gives her a choice to opt out of the nikah. So he gives her khiyarut talaq, right? So she's now got a choice. She's also got the whole majlis to decide whether she wants to opt out or not. ثم الفرقة بخيار البلوغ ليس بطلاق, then the separation with this khiyarul bulugh is not, doesn't amount to a talaq. In other words, when the woman says, "No, I want out here," then it doesn't amount to a talaq, because لأنها تصح من الأنثى, because the khiyarul bulugh is also correct from a female. It's not only the male that's got the choice, but the female also got a choice to opt out of the nikah, and therefore it doesn't amount to a talaq. ولا طلاق إليها, and talaq is not handed over to a female. وكذا بخيار العد لما بينا, and likewise with the khiyarul it, because of what we have explained, that it is correct from a female also. So in fact, yeah, it's only from a female. You understand it? So when she got her the option of opting out, so she opted out, it doesn't amount to a talaq. بخلاف المخيرة, contrary to the woman who's been given a choice now of talaq. So now she chooses out. Does it amount to a talaq or not? Yes, it amounts to a talaq. Why? لأن الزوج هو الذي ملكها. Because the husband, he is the one that made her the owner of the talaq. وهو مالك للطلاق, and he is the owner of the talaq also. And he gave her the ownership over to her. So when she chooses it, it becomes a talaq. It's important to know whether these things amount to a talaq or not a talaq, so that you know how many talaqs uh, on that woman. You understand it? So if they say it's a talaq, then it's one talaq. If you say it's no talaq, then it's no talaq. You understand it? But the separation shall take place. وَإِنْ مَاتَ أَحَدُهُمَا قَبْلَ الْبُلُوغِ وَرِثَهُ الْآخَرُ. And if one of them two dies before becoming baligh, then the other one will inherit from him. You understand? Because the nikah was valid. After bulugh, they got a choice of opting out here. But the nikah was valid before bulugh, right? So the other will inherit from him. وَكَذَا إِذَا مَاتَ بَعْدَ الْبُلُوغِ قَبْلَ التَّفْرِيقِ. And likewise, when one of them dies before bulugh, after bulugh, but before the qazi could separate between them, then still they will inherit from one another. لأن أصل العقد صحيح, because the actual transaction was correct. وَالْمِلْكُ الثَّابِتُ بِهِ انتهى بِالْمَوْتِ. And the ownership which was established with that original transaction has reached its pinnacle with death. You understand? In other words, it's reached its stop point now. And then when he died now it's finished. But that means it was a valid ownership. بِخِلَافِ مُبَاشَرَةِ الْفُضُولِ, contrary to the transaction of a stranger. In other words, strange person married of this boy to this girl. So that whole transaction is mawkufun ala ijazatihima. It's pending upon their permission, right? إذا مات أحد الزوجين قبل الإجازة, when one of the spouses dies before giving permission. لأن النكاح ثم موقوف, because the nikah there was pending. فيبطل بالموت, so the nikah becomes batil with death. You understand it? وَهَاهُنَا نَافِذٌ, and here the nikah has gone through. وَتَقَرَّرَ بِهِ, so the nikah becomes fixed with death. It becomes strong and it becomes firm and established with death. Right. قال ولا ولاية لعبد ولا صغير ولا مجنون. There is no wilayat for a slave boy, no a small boy, and no a mad person. لأنه لا ولاية لهم على أنفسهم, because they don't have authority for themselves over their own selves. فَأَوْلَى أَلَّا يَثْبُتَ عَلَى غَيْرِهِمْ. So to a greater extent, it will not be established, wilayat will not be established over others. وَلِأَنَّ هَذِهِ وِلَايَةٌ نَظْرِيَّةٌ. And because this is a authority of compassion, وَلَا نَظْرَ إِلَى فِي التَّفْوِيضِ إِلَى هَؤُلَاءِ. And there is no compassion by handing over authority to these people. The small boy, because he can't decide, he's too small. The madman, same thing. And the slave, he's also got less knowledge and he doesn't have status in society. Right. Okay, leave it till there.